Hello students, welcome back to my another lecture of microbial genetics. You are listening to Shondipan Sengupta, an assistant professor in microbiology at the Kingston College of Science. Today I am a bit unwell, but I will try my best to engage yourself. I am again over here for you all always to meet your queries and to have engaging lecture session with you all. In previous classes and lectures, we were discussing about the molecular basis of mutation, about different subtypes, interesting subtypes of mutation like adaptive mutation, hypermutation. Then we have discussed about conditionally lethal mutation. We have discussed about the different types of forms of mutation occurring at the protein translation level, like missense mutation, silent mutation, nonsense mutation, and of course about many more things. So I concluded my last lecture discussing about the few most prevalent mechanisms which form the molecular basis or the molecular reason behind spontaneous mutations, which generate spontaneous mutations. So the most prevalent mechanisms which form the molecular basis of spontaneous mutations are transitions, then transversions, DNA lesions, and transients. Now today I would like to begin my talk with another class of mutations called induced mutations. So mutations, that is the heritable changes in the nucleotide base sequence of the genome of an individual, occur either spontaneously, naturally or naturally in all living cells, or are brought about by the work of certain agents. And these agents which work to bring about or induce mutations are called mutagens. And the classes of mutations, or the types of mutations which are induced by a variety of agents, are, instead of spontaneous mutations, or on contrary to spontaneous mutations, are said to be induced. So what are the different classes of mutagens or the agents which induce mutations? They can be broadly grouped, categorized into three different classes: physical mutagens, or the physical agents which generate mutations; chemical mutagens, or the chemicals like alkylating agents, base analogues which modify the DNA nitrogen bases and generate mutations; and biological agents, or the moving genetic elements or jumping genes or transposons. So let us start our discussion of induced mutation with the physical agents. So what are physical mutagens or the physical agents which are known to cause mutations? These are actually different forms of radiations which hit and bring about or alter the nucleotide base sequence in the genome or in the DNA of an organism. The different types of radiations which usually cause mutations include cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet radiations, and so on. So what are actually these various radiations? These are nothing but a form of waves which seem to travel through space, like the waves traveling through the surface of water. So there are actually various forms of radiations like cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, and so on. These travel in the form of waves, either in a form called crests in upward direction, or in a form called troughs in a downward direction. So they travel in upward or in a downward form, in motion in the form of waves. And what is wavelength? An important characteristic of all these types of waves, it is the distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive troughs, what is called as the wavelength. Now, the different forms of radiation are arranged to form an electromagnetic spectrum, and on what features or on what basis they are arranged? They are arranged in the form of increasing wavelength and hence decreasing frequency or decreasing energy. So there are certain terms or characteristic features which are common to every type of radiation in an electromagnetic spectrum. These terms are: number one is wavelength, the distance between two crests or two troughs; number two is energy; and number three is frequency. So the wave, we often see that these forms of radiations in the form of waves are found in the form of packets of energy called photons, and the energy possessed by these photons expressed in terms of quantum, which relates all the three terms or all the three characteristic features of a type of wave together. That is, there is an expression which would relate together, or which relates to all together the wavelength, the energy and the frequency of a type of radiation, and that expression is E equal to h mu or hc by lambda. E corresponds to the energy of the radiation, which is calculated in terms of h, which is a product of h mu. H is Planck's constant, 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule per second, and mu is, or c by lambda. C corresponds to the lambda corresponds to the wavelength, and c corresponds actually to the frequency. C corresponds to the velocity of the wavelength. So it's very clear that along with E is inversely proportional to lambda wavelength. Along with an increase in wavelength, there is a decrease in frequency C, and there is a decrease in energy of the type of radiation. So these radiations are arranged in an order of increasing wavelength and hence decreasing frequency and decreasing energy to form electromagnetic spectrum. So the spectrum consists of the following types of radiations. Now starting from higher wavelength, moving towards greater wavelengths, or starting from higher energy and moving towards lesser energy. These include the various types of radiations can then be arranged can be arranged as follows. That is cosmic rays, then gamma rays, then X-rays, then ultraviolet rays, then visible radiations, then IR infrared radiations, microwaves and radio waves. So the radiations towards the beginning of the electromagnetic spectrum are the radiations with very high energy and with very small wavelength, and those are cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays. So radiations actually now bringing, or these are the classes of radiations which actually cause mutations, and hence depending upon the type they can be grouped depending upon the methodology or the way they work to generate mutations. These mutagenic radiations, that is cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays and ultraviolet rays, are further subcategorized into two classes: ionizing radiations and non-ionizing radiations. So what are they? Ionizing radiations are the first three forms of electromagnetic radiation which form the spectrum, that is cosmic rays, gamma rays and X-rays, which actually have very high low wavelength and are much higher in terms of their energy. And what is their effect? Their effect is ionizing. They produce an ionizing effect and they generate mutagenesis, or bring about mutagenesis in course of an ionizing effect. That is, they hit atoms and cause these atoms to lose electrons and to ionize. And as in course of this ionization process, these ionizing radiations called cosmic rays, X-rays, generate free radicals and form mutations. The second category includes non-ionizing radiation. The major non-ionizing form of mutagenic radiation is the ultraviolet radiation. Why it is non-ionizing and how does it differ from ionizing? Strictly speaking, it is a bit lower in energy, it is of higher wavelength, and hence being lower in energy, it does not ionize. It does not, on hitting atoms, it's not capable of causing those atoms to lose electrons and to form high energy free radicals, which will then act to modify the macromolecules called DNA and proteins inside the cell. Instead, UV radiation is the non-ionizing form of mutagenic radiation because it does not ionize. Rather, it works in a different way, which produces a non-ionizing effect to form or to dimerize the nitrogen bases in DNA and hence to generate mutations. So ionizing and non-ionizing are the two types of mutagenic radiations which all together work to generate mutations in living cells. Now, these ionizing and non-ionizing radiations have certain prevalent mechanisms, and the mechanism is very specific for ionizing and is again specific for non-ionizing, and the way in which they generate mutagenesis differs for every class of radiation. radiation. So let us take a short break, and I'll be resumed back very soon with the most prevalent mechanism, or the way in which the ionizing and the non-ionizing radiations work to generate mutations in living cells. Till then, keep studying more about mutations. See you all after a very short break.